Hey guys, it is Tanya, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another speed build. I do have a long one for you guys today because I built a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house on a 40 by 30 lot in the world of Windenburg. And on top of all of those bedrooms and bathrooms, there's also a gym, an office. There's quite a few things in this house, but I was really excited to share this one with you guys. I actually built this over the last couple of weeks over on Twitch, and it took a long time to come together because I feel like it's a little bit of more intricate shape, and also all of the rooms that it had, it just took a while to furnish, to be honest. But if you're interested in the future checking out some of the streams and being part of the process, I do stream over on twitch.tv/Miss Gryphi 4 times a week, and I'd love to have you guys join us. But anyway, we're starting to figure out the shape of this. I had a lot of fun with some windows and the, I don't know what those are called. I sized up these like little roof decoration pieces, or they're holding up the roof on the bottom, and I have those all over this build, and I thought it looks pretty nice. Also, another exciting thing about this build it is that it is a limited pack. This is built only using base game and get together, which I don't know if I've ever done just those two before. So this was a lot of fun to do. I've mentioned how I like doing base game builds because I feel like it's a fun challenge and an opportunity to use some items you don't typically use, because you might tend to go for some items that are from different packs. And that's exactly how I felt about this. There's lots of things from Get Together I don't typically use, like these little pieces right here, which I used to make a covered space around the front entrance. I also end up scaling down and raising up a couple of these around the windows later on. And I'm just overall really happy with how this house came out. It was a really fun way to use Get Together, and I hope you guys like it as well. If you do like this build and you'd like to download it, it is available on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Miss Gryphi, and I will have all of that information in the description down below, as well as a direct download link to the gallery website if it's easier for you to grab it that way. And just in case you are interested in how much it costs, because I know not everyone likes to use cheats to purchase their houses like I do, it comes in at 201,774 simoleons. Which, honestly, I don't know if that's that bad. I feel like I don't typically build houses big enough for them to be over 100,000 or so. So 201 seems kind of steep, but at the same time, you're getting a lot of house for that money. So I don't know. How much money do your Sims normally earn in their lifetime, or by the time they're ready to have like a 4-bedroom house? I don't know these things. I feel like I never have time to play the game anymore, like gameplay wise, because I'm all excited about these build ideas I have, and then by the time I finish a house, I'm like, I don't think I want to play right now. But I do miss it, and I feel like I haven't done like a full-on career in a long time. But I have been thinking about maybe doing some gameplay over on Twitch sometime soon. Whether you're somebody that already comes to the Twitch streams or you're somebody that hasn't, would you be interested in doing some casual gameplay with me over on Twitch? Do let me know. I'm very curious about that because I think that could be really fun. But anyway, just working on some fencing here. Originally, I have like a driveway over to the left side and then a walkway up to the main entrance. But I sort of swapped that later. I still have that entrance, like the staircase over on the left, but I do move the lot over and kind of have a curving up driveway with terrain. And it starts on the left and swoops over to the right. So we should be doing that in a little while. I feel like it's not too late into this that I decide to change that. But I'm not exactly sure when that happens. But I kept being very indecisive about these windows. I end up keeping these ones in the end, but I swapped them out and changed them a few different times. Ooh, we're about to get to this idea. So at first I was like, okay, this side needs a little bump out. And then I was like, oh, that would be a cool side entrance for like a garage space. So let me move the house over and figure that out. So we're starting that process now, and we're going to get rid of the other area on the other side. You can kind of see I'm playing with the terrain here. I want to make it nice and smooth and like wrap around the house so we can have that look, which I think is a little bit more interesting than just like a straight line driveway. It just like goes swoop all the way around. I think it's kind of fun. And then we just have a little walkway that's going to come off of that to connect to the stairs as well. And I think it worked out nicely. So just adding a couple of debug cars over here. Also this debug garage piece and a door, some vines to kind of hide that the door is a lot shorter than that's not a fireplace. That is a garage door. I don't know why I do that. I get like completely different words mixed up all the time. Oh, also these trees. I love them. Get Together has the best show live edit objects. It just does. The landscaping is amazing. So of course I was very excited to only be using this pack because I got my favorite landscaping. So, I was excited about that. Working on the landscaping now, I also added a chimney. We have this giant tree out front, which I really like. I feel like that's a tree I typically put in the back of a build, but I was like, you know what? We're going to have a giant tree in the front of the build. It covers a little bit of the front, but I think it's really pretty, and it's realistic to have like trees everywhere. They're not always conveniently in the backyard. Sometimes there's beautiful large trees that were already there for hundreds of years, and you know what? They're in your front yard. And so I did like that. I have so much fun with landscaping, placing trees, placing rocks, and I can spend hours on it. Sometimes I do. I spent a long time on it here, doing some more terrain paint as well. There's just something so relaxing and fun and I guess satisfying to me about doing landscaping. Also, I kind of made some custom planters here. I wanted these purple flowers, but I also wanted the base of these ones to match the walls, and I liked the combination of the purple and the yellow flowers, so we went with that. And I end up adding more yellow flowers around this property, both with vines, some planter boxes, some actual flowers growing out of the ground. And I just think the yellow accent looks really nice, so I was happy about that. And then we're out back trying to figure out a porch area. We do figure it out in the end, but I wasn't really sure what I wanted to put back here, especially because we were only using Get Together. And of course, getting more of these little beams that I'm using to hold up the roof pieces. I just really like that detail. I think it looks really cool, and adding some more windows. I do get rid of some of those in the end. And since this was a build over on Twitch, we have a birdhouse, just birdhouses. Anyway, there's a trash out back, and now we're working on the floor plan. Surprised we got to this that quickly. This footage took me so long to edit. It was like 6 or 7 hours of footage, but we're on the floor plan now. When you first walk in, you have the staircase to go upstairs. We're going to have a bathroom off to the right side, which I extend a little bit later. And then there's going to be a bit of a hallway space that leads you into the kitchen and to the living room. There is no formal dining room in this house, and it's big enough you definitely could have had one. But I liked the idea of just having an eat-in kitchen, so that's what we ended up having in this house. But just struggling figuring out where things are going right now. We have a little room off of the kitchen, which is kind of fun, where I end up putting like the microwave and the dishwasher and stuff. And then we're upstairs trying to figure out the floor plan. I was like, oh, that would be kind of a cool kid's bedroom. Let's figure that out. So downstairs, there's one bathroom, and then upstairs, there are 2 bathrooms as well as 4 bedrooms and an office. So there's a lot of space up here, and the rooms are really funky shaped. But I feel like in a house like that makes sense to have kind of weird shaped rooms, and I definitely had fun with it. Some of them are weirder than others, but like we have kind of an L-shaped office where there's an extra bump out, and it's strange. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little strange. But I thought it was fun. It's definitely different. I feel like when you have those fun shapes, you have a little bit more fun with it than if you just had a square or a rectangle, because you're like, ooh, what could this bump out be? Maybe I have something built in this area, all that sort of stuff. But this is pretty much the whole floor plan. There's going to be a gym back in the garage area, but we're starting with the kitchen. And since I'm only using base game and Get Together, there's no kitchen stuff that comes with Get Together. So this is a base game kitchen for all of the like cabinets and stuff. But the rest of it, I use a lot of clutter from Get Together. I almost called it the new pack. Get Together is not new at all. But it's a really cool pack. I quite enjoy it. I'm not somebody that uses the club feature, even like with gameplay. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really use it. I've never been somebody really into that feature of the game, which was why it was so confusing for me when this pack came out. However, the world it comes with and some of the items it comes with, it's a really beautiful pack. So I do quite enjoy that, but Just getting our fridge and our stove. We have a beautiful island in this space. I put this over here at first, but then somebody in chat pointed out that I would need a grinder for that to work, so I got rid of it. And you could see that little archway leading into the room that has the microwave and the dishwasher. And I end up adding some cabinets in there later on as well, swapping out that coffee maker, deciding on some flowers to put up on the counter. And we're just going to clutter it up a little bit more in here. I can't remember if I keep this plant or not, but I definitely wanted to have some stuff on the island counter, getting some stools. I placed some more around here because it's a pretty big house. I could imagine a lot of Sims wanting to sit at the counter, getting another birdhouse in the kitchen, very important. And then some treats as well. I really like that item. I always forget that it comes with Get Together, but it's nice. And then this was a really cool item that came with the pack. It's just like a decorative wood piece, but we're going to pretend it's not wood. And it's a cool backsplash behind the stove. I really love in more updated kitchens, or just kitchens in general, when there's a very intricate backplate on the stove, and I wanted to replicate that in The Sims today. So that's what we're doing. Also adding some like teas and mugs and stuff over by the coffee pot. And then I decided to get rid of this cabinet of dishes and put these instead. I do end up using that china cabinet though in like the hallway area a little bit later, and then adding some more flowers. As you can see, we're definitely having a strong yellow color scheme with flowers in this house, just like the outside. I liked kind of connecting them in that way. And then this is the dine-in kitchen. We kind of skipped over it, but it's just a table and chairs by the window, which I think looks pretty nice, and a trash can, and that's pretty much it for the kitchen space. And we are into the hallway. I had to put down a I think it's called Don't Wake the Llama. It's like Jenga with llamas in the hallway space. That is one of the items that comes with Get Together, and I thought that was quite fun. We have a green grandfather clock because there's definitely some green accents in here. And also, please ignore that one curtain isn't really fully on the window. I do fix that later on, like very much later on. I don't know if it's on camera or not, but I didn't notice for a very long time. So please ignore. This is just the back hallway, got a table, some plants, a mirror, and then we are in the downstairs bathroom. There are 3 bathrooms in this house, like I had mentioned earlier, but I only show 2 of them, which are this one and then the larger one upstairs. The smaller one is just like a smaller version of these, and definitely not that interesting, but I did make sure that the smaller one has, because the smaller one is like the hall bath, that one does have a tub and shower, so you're all good for bathing a toddler, because we do have a toddler room in this house. For the Sims that I imagined living here is, I was thinking 1 or 2 parents, a grandparent, a teenager, and a toddler. That's how I decorated the rooms anyway. So when we get upstairs, you'll see that. But just finishing up this bathroom here, it's got some rugs, and we're in the hallway. So when you first walk in, I just wanted to have like a table and a mirror, you know, the classic entryway. I did put these paintings on the wall going up the steps, but they disappeared at some point, so I don't think they're there anymore. And yeah, that sometimes happens. Even when you have move objects enabled, items just like to disappear, and it's a little frustrating. But we also have a bench when you first walk in, also a place to hang up your coat. We have a little clock, and I think it's pretty cozy and cute. And then we are into the gym space, which I think is kind of quite a luxury. Obviously, this is situated in an area where this used to be a garage, but they converted it into a gym, and I think it's kind of nice. It just has a treadmill, a punching bag, and a weight machine, some mirrors, and a television. And I end up adding like a plant and a couple seating areas. I do swap out that bench a little bit later for an ottoman instead, but there's towels in here, some workout posters, and it's just kind of a fun use of the space. This also could have been a cool game room, because we got, I think, the foosball table and things like that with Gets Together. So that could have been a better use of this space that was a little bit more tailored to the pack. But I'm thinking of it as I'm doing a voiceover, not as I was building this. But that's definitely something you could do with that if you don't think your Sims would use a home gym. It could also be another bedroom. There's so many things it could be a cupcake machine room. That's a good use of the space. Anyway, this is the living room. I am not realizing we have couches from Get Together at first and trying to use base game ones, but then we swap them out. Once again, kind of like dark colors in here with some green accents, and I think it's just very cozy. This house isn't particularly my style, especially on the inside, but I think it looks like a cozy family home, and that's definitely what I was going for. We also end up having a jukebox in here, some more storage, some bookcases, and just adding some more of these curtains. These are base game curtains, but I think they're one of my favorite base game curtains for like fancier homes. It's quite pretty. And then a very expensive painting. Honestly, some of the things I put up in here, I'm like, yeah, that's why the house is so expensive. My bad. This is the master bedroom. It's very green. Chat suggested this looked kind of like a Slytherin room, which I wasn't trying for, but it is quite green in here, and I like it. I used a lot of like the darker green colors. That dresser is from Get Together, but the bed is base game. I don't think we got beds with Get Together. I'm pretty sure we didn't. I could be wrong. I feel like I do that all the time because there's a dresser from this pack or a bookcase from this pack that I placed down today. And I realized a couple of builds ago, I placed it down, I think in the Gothic tiny house or Gothic apartment. And I said it was from Cats and Dogs. And I was like, oh, when I was building this, I realized, nope, that was from Get Together. So sometimes I'm very much wrong on what packs have what items. But anyway, this is the toddler room, the brightest, most not cohesive room. It's cohesive with itself. I think the colors work nicely together, the yellows and the pinks. It just doesn't match the rest of the house. But it's for a toddler, so that's okay, right? We made it like a little princess room. We have the toddler bed that looks like a chariot, and I think it's really cute. I quite like it. We have just a lot of random stuff in here. Like, why is there a giraffe? I don't know, but it's cute, so I put it. Lots of butterflies, clouds, the little toddler shoes, and making a shelf over here where I put a couple of other things on it, like some lotions and tissues and stuff. I wanted it to kind of represent the things you might have by a changing table. So that's what I was going for there. And then getting some little trees up above the bed. I like how it came out. And of course, a little unicorn, some teddy bears, another unicorn, and just some stuff that could have been tacked up on the wall. And then we're moving on to the larger of the two upstairs bathrooms. It's very similar to the one downstairs. It's just a different shape. But I think it came out all right in the end. It's off of the secondary hallway by the master bedroom. You could probably move the doors around and make this an ensuite if you really wanted to, since there is another bathroom upstairs. Or where the closet is in the master, you can make that into an ensuite. So this is a 4-bathroom house if you really wanted to. Definitely some options there on what you can change if you guys decide to download this house, because I know like how things are made are probably not going to be perfect for the family you end up making ever. So, you know, tweak them to your will. I'm sure you don't need my permission for that. You're aware of that, but just in case. Anyway, moving on into this bedroom, which was the first bedroom that I figured out upstairs, but then didn't decorate right away. It's kind of a fun shape. I liked the idea of sticking the bed in the corner there, and it's overwhelmingly blue. We try and tone it down a little bit, but it still ends up being pretty overwhelmingly blue. But I like how this room came out. We kind of decorated it with a teenager in mind. There ends up being some sports equipment in here and some dirty clothes under the bed. And I also end up adding a desk in here, which I think is quite nice. Some of these little banners from Get Together, lots of the club related things. I had a lot of fun trying to figure out like a personality for this space. We also end up having a pride flag in here and just placing that desk down now. I think I almost put a laptop in here, but then I was like, nah, if we don't have a computer anywhere but the office in this space, let's just get like a open book like you're working on your homework. I thought that worked out nicely, getting some posters, a variety of interests from reading to sports, and then we are on into Grandma's room, the weirdest shaped room in this place, I feel. Well, not weirdest shaped, the weirdest layout for the furniture, I suppose. I was thinking this was kind of like a spare room. They didn't have anything in, and then Grandma moved in, and they just kind of made it work. It's kind of weird. It's a very weird layout, I'm not gonna lie, but I kind of liked that about the space because, like I had mentioned, some of the rooms are just strange shapes, and I feel like that caters itself well to this house. So anyway, we're in the hallway now. Side table, some chairs, typical hallway things, nothing too exciting. And then I think we're just in the office now, which once again is pretty simple. This is that bookcase that I for some reason thought was from Cats and Dogs, and it's not. It is indeed from Get Together. I think this was a cool room for an office because we could have like the same layout down each little hallway. You have a little bit of separation, but you can also work together. It's probably a good work from home situation for your Sims, getting a couple other decorations, and then popping outside. Just having a table and chairs and a barbecue, you know, your typical things for your Sims to have some outdoor dining. I think I also add some monkey bars out here for your Sims to play on, because I did imagine, you know, this was a family home, some planters, and then I'll just be finishing up with some of the minor decorations, and then we'll be heading on into screenshots. I hope you guys did like this build. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. That really does help me out. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so very much for watching. Please let me know what other builds you'd like to see, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.